If you are enjoying the story so far and need more Dungeons and Dragons in your life, I invite you to check out another group called the Long Past Podcast. They are working their way through heroism and tragedy in the events of the Chragan War. Their name and link are in the description below. Wearied and wounded from a close battle with undead, elementals, and fiends, the elves now make their way into a howling evening sandstorm. Unable to navigate but for the bone token given by the Crusovians, currently held by Del, he alone can see it emitting an ethereal glow. And while he travels in the direction of where it waxes brightest, he worries about the shadowy will which tried to break free of him. Now let's get into it. Welcome back to the Land of the Hunter. The land here, in the wandering heart of the desert, seems to shift constantly, masking any traditional means of navigating. The air is charged with wild arcane energy, but the storms do not completely draw near to the elven party. It is roughly 8 in the evening currently, and we elves have traveled 4 hours more than our normal travel time. So that means I'm going to need, except from Del, because he's riding in the cart, do you think Thía would also be riding in the cart? Because it's not a very large one.
That seems to be normal when we start long distance travels.
Traveling in the cart together?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then Thía can remain in the cart. Why is this not working? Adran, please start rolling for me some Constitution saving throws. I need 4 of them, sir. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I just realized, Adran, you're currently riding on crutches, so no saving throws from you. My bad. So what that means is Varin has to make Constitution saving throws. First one. Yep, that matches. Meets it, beats it. Oh, that is not a success. So Varin currently has 2 levels of exhaustion. So Varin's speed is halved, and he has disadvantage on all ability checks. For the purposes of this, since Varin has 35 movement speed, I'm going to round that down to 20. While he has only 2 levels of exhaustion. Right. Let me get us on the map here. Del, as the bone token guides us through this swirling storm of sand and wind, we come through into what is apparently a kind of like an eye of the storm, where it is calm and not quite so loud. Before us we see a humble wattle and daub hut, its roof barely at the height of our heads. Its surface is sand scoured and pitted, and smells of hot clay. Before its open doorway stand two simple columns of stone, one as black as obsidian, the other as yellow as the sun. There are no windows in this simple structure, but we can see undisturbed sand spread across the word inside. Across the lintel are barely visible words, and I will provide you a handout. There you are. It should be popping up for you now.
Cool graphic, but would I understand this language?
That's the thing. We all understand what it says. It reads, as it shows right there, like werness.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at it and it says, "We're next."
Varin, kind of leaning forward slightly and breathing heavily. I didn't think we were next so soon. There we go. Now I have my hit points. You were going to say something? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized that you're not on the map there, Thea. Let's try that again. I'm going to move your token there, Thea. Give me a second. There we go.
Right.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. I didn't think we would be next so soon. Varin's looking a little foot sore and tired. Though healthier than you are, Adran, if by only a bit.
Oh, I'm doing really well. How about you?
Tired.
You want to take a ride on the bone cart and let somebody else wander around?
Where? Oh, and by the way, Del, the light from the bone token has just faded. Gone out.
Okay.
Now, wait, was Del the only one able to see that bone brighten?
Yes, Del was the only one able to see it.
Okay, thanks.
Which I thought I had read, but I might have forgotten. Sorry. Do you share this with us, Del?
Sorry, I'm multitasking with some issues.
Sure thing.
So, okay, so we come up on this thing which you use some words which I'm afraid I don't understand.
We're
It seems to be
next.
some type of... I meant more when you were describing the structure and whatnot.
So it's a wattle and daub hut, so it's kind of like made of straw and clay.
Okay. And we got these
There,
simple-
it's-
okay.
Yeah, there's a pillar as yellow as the sun, and another pillar as black as obsidian. There's an open doorway right here into the hut. There's nothing inside the hut except sand.
Okay.
Varin is going to dash.
So it's kind of like part 2 of Dune.
I have not seen part 2 yet. Don't spoil anything. Well,
So,
there is nothing here.
I was just gonna say, well, something just happened.
Like what?
I don't know. The light on my talisman went out.
What do you think, Adran?
Oh, there you guys are. I have been looking for you all over the map.
I thought I did a focus ping. I'm sorry. Let's do this real quick.
Somehow it didn't work with me. I don't know how. So
Weird. There you are.
okay, now
Well,
I
now
see
you
what
can
it
see.
is you guys are all looking at.
My bad.
No, all I could see was just black, and I'm like, where is it? Is it just not coming up? I don't know. So, no, I'm just looking at this and going. I'm just wondering what's going on with the two different pillars. One of them's yellow, one of them's black. Is it supposed to represent the day and the night? I want to assume.
Varin looks up at these what look like just stone columns and shrugs as he kind of leans against one, just kind of just to rest, just a little. But nothing happens to him when Varin leans against the stone column.
Real quick, with kind of like his magical knowledge and studies, would Dill know any significance to the light on the bone charm going out, other than?
So the bone charm is something that we received from the Crusovians, and we were told to display it when drawing close to other Crusovian camps, as a sign that we are recognized as friendly. Basically, like friendly guests.
Right,
Beyond that, we have no idea what it is, other than a bone.
No bones about it.
Indeed. So what do we do, Adran?
Well, I'm going to dismount from crutches. And I'm going to go over here to the black pillar.
Okay.
And I almost want to do like either an insight or an arcana check, if that's possible.
It is currently night. Please give me an investigation check at disadvantage.
All right.
Because I know it doesn't quite look it, but we are actually using dark vision right now to see.
Gotcha. And you said an insight check, right?
Investigation at disadvantage.
Oh, investigation at disadvantage. Here we go.
Wow.
What? Whoa.
You got a 20 with disadvantage. Dirty 20. Because you roll well. Looking at this column, I mean, you're not exactly well studied in masonry.
No.
But the stone doesn't really match the quality of stone that you've seen out here before. As though it's been carved from a different material and then either transplanted here, if you will, or perhaps it was carved out of something that was here a long, 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 long time ago. There is evidence of very skilled tool work, despite the progress of time and sand. And with disadvantage because I'm tired, Varin will try and investigate the other column.
I do have to say that this very much reminds me of a book I once read.
It's
where there was just these two giant sphinxes or statues of some kind. And they were just out in the middle of this white sanded desert. Very eerie.
Varin looks over at you blearily. Well, that's an interesting story, but what do we do about it?
I don't know. It doesn't really have an ending, so it just never ends.
But take an inspiration point.
Yes.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know what you're referring to.
The first one is a classic. All the other adaptations or remakes or sequels are just not worth it.
So standard. Varin, trying to examine the stone column before him, just kind of shrugs. It's stone and yellow. I'm tired. Can we sleep?
Well, Just so long as we can do a perimeter check real quick, make sure that nobody is going to be springing a trap or anything like that.
Oh, I did just look. You're welcome to look.
I'm
Varin's just
willing-
kind of like standing there, half awake.
I'm willing to venture into this place that just looks like it's full of sand.
All right.
Does anybody disagree with my decision on that?
Thea, Del?
We're talking about taking a long rest, right? Could I take a few minutes to visually cast Detect Magic?
You certainly can. So you open up your senses to the magic in the world around you, and you are immediately assaulted with all schools of magic. They're all swirling about throughout the sandstorm, throughout the sand beneath us, in and out of the columns before us, in and out of the little hut. It's almost like we're standing in a maelstrom of magical forces, and they're all present. And you are currently concentrating. Adran, while we're examining and discussing this, Del has cast has ritually cast this detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Did you want to step into the hut?
Yeah, just needed to check on something, and it looks like I do not have any spells for protection from good and evil, or evil and good. So
You've exhausted your magical reservoir.
I think. Well, let me see. What kind of spell scrolls did I make?
I should check your character sheet, I would say.
I have 2 spell scrolls for shield, 1 for expeditious retreat, and darkness. Okay, so looks like I am just going to venture in. Looks like I do have my shield equipped, and
Okay.
I will also be equipping my scimitar.
Okay. You're going in ready and just in case, eh?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself on in. And Del, as soon as Adran steps across the threshold... actually, let me just check something real quick. Whoops. Yeah, okay. As soon as he steps across the threshold, there is a flash of conjuration magic, and Adran disappears.
Looks like the sand disappeared.
Yep, no, that's the roof actually.
Oh, okay.
If I can.
So
press the
he
button.
vanished as he stepped through the door?
Yep. Adran, in the split second that you step across the threshold, you find yourself alone with an empty doorway behind you. Before you is a vast cityscape with cobbled streets and buildings, all in apparently perfect condition, but utterly empty.
Huh, looks like San Francisco.
In short, brief moments, you notice that the buildings are superimposed with images of differently styled buildings, some quite alien in design, while others appear rudimentary in the extreme. Over the tops of the buildings, not buildings and once been buildings, towers what seems to be a tree, yet its branches never shift or bend. And after reading that, for Thía, Del, and Varin, we just saw Adran apparently disintegrate. Although, as I said, Del, you sensed conjuration magic flash. Varin blurts out, "What, Adran? and starts forward toward the hut. What did the Dell do? Thea?
I think Dell would probably try to say like a kind of a wait, hold on, but I feel like it'd probably be too late.
Yeah, Varin. I mean, yeah, he's slowed right now, but that hut was not very far away. Varin does step across the threshold, and immediately vanishes. And Dell, again, you sense that field of conjuration magic just flash. Hang on a second. Having a problem with my mouse buttons. You sense the flash of conjuration magic coursing through the hut, and Varin vanishes. Adran, behind you, Varin comes stumbling through and crashes into your back. Ugh. Adran, what just happened?
I'm still trying to process the information.
And while you're thinking, Thea, Dell, what do you two do?
Real quick, with Dell sensing the conjuration magic, he would know that could be related to teleportation spells, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to try two things. I'm going to
Okay.
grab like a sling stone and an arrow from Thea. And I'm just going to walk over without... At which point did they vanish? Was that here or here?
As soon as we crossed the threshold.
So he is kind of the vanishing point, because I want to stand just in front of it.
Okay. Yeah. Here is the vanishing point.
Okay. And so
The
basically
threshold.
what I'll do is I'll just toss the rock through, and then I'll start kind of gently poking with the arrow and seeing if it comes back out at me or not.
The rock vanishes as soon as it crosses the threshold.
What? What's up,
Adran? We feel a sling stone hit us in the back, and I was like, wait, what? Also, Varin is just going. Varin looking around. He's gonna do this with disadvantage. He's going to try and snatch your telescope so he can look around. Do you let Varin, or do you try and prevent Varin?
Here, Varin, take a look at my telescope. I'm going to grab this rock and throw it back through the door.
All right. Varin actually succeeds, although you almost fumbles it. Dell, the little sling stone comes flipping right through the door and whacks you in the forehead.
I just did a light, waist level toss, and this thing just comes flying back? What the heck?
Adran, that tree out there, it has windows in it.
What kind of windows?
Like holes with something shiny and reflective in them.
You mean like somebody's actually living in these holes?
I don't see anything moving. I just see light reflecting off of something in those holes.
Well, I guess that's worth checking out.
I hand you back the spyglass, and it's a little dirty. Dell, your forehead's smarting a little. What do you and Thea do?
I think basically I'll tell Thea that this looks like teleportation magic.
Okay.
And I'll say, you wait here for a quick second. If I come back, then we know it's safe. If I don't come back, you're on your own, I guess. And basically what I'll do is I'll step through what I think is a teleportation portal, and then I'll try to step back the other way.
For a brief second, Varin, Dell appears in the doorway, looking around at all these buildings that are utterly empty, and the tree, and then he just pops back through that doorway and vanishes. Dell, you reappear on the sands facing Thea.
Yeah.
And Varin just kind of looks back like, huh?
I'll say, huh,
Thea
okay. And so I'll come over, They'll take the mules and have him suggest to Thea that she take crutches and we'll go through with the animals.
The doorway is not large enough for the animals. I mean, unless you want to completely unhitch the mules and bring them through one at a time, but crutches is too large. Okay. You could hobble them.
Okay, I guess I'll hobble them and leave them behind.
Alrighty. Del, you vanish through. Thea, you vanish through. Let me... Hang on. Stop moving. Alright. Adran, after a moment, Thea and Del come back to us. Or come to us in this strange, quiet, empty city.
Okay. Which one of you threw the rock?
I tossed lightly at about waist to chest level.
Yeah, well, it hit me.
And I'm going to threateningly raise my stick and ask who threw it back.
That was Varin.
Varin immediately points at Adran. What'd you say, Adran?
That was Varin. All Varin. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm going to smack you both with my arrow. Yep.
Okay,
just whacking
Adran,
the shoulders.
Where do you... Yeah. Adran, where do you want to go?
Let's go check out the tree and what's going on inside the tree.
Alrighty. Del, do you maintain concentration?
On detect magic? Sure, why not?
Okay. The only magic you currently detect is from, as before we start into the city, the only magic you detected came from that doorway. You could sense conjuration magic and abjuration magic woven through its structure. But around us currently, you don't sense any magic. Let me get this taken care of 1 second. Let's see if that works. Okay, it only did not work for Adran.
Nope. Okay. There I am.
Now I have hit points showing up on all of you. Yay! Alright. So, passing through these utterly empty, quiet streets between these yawning, empty buildings, we hear no sigh of wind, we hear no murmur of voice. We're not entirely sure how long it takes before we draw near to the base of the tree. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So the base of the tree is currently to our right.
Oh.
And it is dark conditions, just so you're aware. Adran, you could cast Dancing Lights if you so wish, for a little bit extra illumination.
Yeah. Let me get a little dancing light here going. Dancing light.
Excellent. And you are now concentrating, yes? That's a concentration cantrip?
I believe so.
Excellent. And you can move the light about as you so wish. Something odd going on here. So the tree circles around to the north of us. What's going on? Oh, I see what's going on. And get rid of that. There we go. Varin will continue to the upwards on the screen. So right now, the base of this tree is circling that way, and or that way, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to understand. Circling?
Yes. So the base of the tree is round.
I got that
so we're
part.
circling around. So we're circling around the tree.
So how big is this tree? Huge?
It's pretty big.
Okay.
It's very, very, very large.
All right.
I mean, we grew up in a forest, and this dwarfs even the trees we've seen before. And to just ahead of us, Adran.
Yeah.
We see that set into the base of this tree, we're just drawing near it, there is a building set into the tree itself. There are rounded steps and a dais carved of cool marble stone. The walls that they lead up to are of glassy obsidian. The doors are wood, white as alabaster. Noted for you, Thía. I'm going to go ahead and move your tokens up for you. And you float your little dancing light so you can see more of the entrance there.
Let's see. So yeah, I got that one there and that one there now.
Okay. Varin will draw up alongside you, along with Thía and Del. So do we go into the strange, built tree?
We keep pressing forward.
Who goes inside the tree first? And out of curiosity, are these doors locked?
Oh, well. Since I got sword and shield, I'll go first.
All right. You open the door. It is not locked. Sorry, I'm having a slight lag. I'm having a slight lag on my end. There we go. I almost said slight slag.
I'm having a slag on my end.
Yeah. The doors glide open at as little as a gentle push, whispering back over the stone floor. What was that, sir?
Oh, my whole screen went black.
Black?
I know, I could hear you. I'm sorry, I could, hear you. I just can't see my board. I can't see my display or anything.
Try refreshing.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is close the laptop and then open it back up again. Because that's happened before. So hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, can anybody hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, good, because there was a point where I couldn't hear anybody. So I refreshed, reconnected.
Noted. I gotta check something real quick.
Okay.
Okay. For the moment, I'm going to have to control Thía. There is a slight technical problem on the other end. All right.
Okay.
Adran, you push open this easily gliding door. Within this tree, the floor is made of marble, and the glassy obsidian walls reach high up into the air above our heads, outside of our field of dark vision. Softened candles line the walls in lustrous golden candelabras, shedding a gentle, flickering illumination. Sitting in alcoves to either side of the entry doors are long, cushioned seats, absent of any dust. To our left and our right as we enter, are shut doors in the opposite walls, while immediately before us stands a strange-looking human man. His skin carries the ruddy hue of a youth in the full bloom of his health and strength, but with a bald crown ringed with a white fringe, and a trailing white beard that dangles to his waist. He is wearing a simple cotton robe, but the sash about his waist is woven of gold thread embroidered with maroon. Dangling from the sash are several key rings, one of iron, one of copper, one of silver, one of gold, one of ruby, and one of diamond. He looks up as you push open the door. Welcome, Adran Amakir, the Thunder Lord, yes?
Yes. Thank you for addressing me. I unfortunately do not know your name.
You may call me Tarzan. Welcome, Varin Holimian. Welcome, Thía. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having a bit of an issue with my throat.
Yeah, same over here.
Seems to be going around.
Yeah.
Welcome, Del. You are expected this evening. May I be of assistance to you?
You may very well be, for we are in a place we do not recognize, and therefore are slightly lost and confused. Where exactly are we?
You are here, of course. You have come through grave dangers and deep sands. I know something of what you have faced on your way here. I extended with gladness some aid to you in your recent battle, though I do apologize, I could only affect the battle in small ways. Perhaps you noticed when the creature of air turned to your aid.
I did notice that one. Yes, that was constructed by your influence?
No, but it was turned from its purpose by me.
Oh, I see. Well, we're very, very grateful, and we thank you for the service that you provided.
As Dill gently and quietly shuts the door behind us. By the way, did you want to bring the dancing lights in, or no?
I'll just drop them.
Okay. You drop concentration. Continue with what you were saying, please.
We want to extend you our deepest gratitude, and we thank you for the assistance. Though I'm still...
You're welcome.
Yes. Although I'm still curious and uncertain as to, well, first of all, this place that we're in, and exactly who you are.
I am restrained in what I can tell you. You do not have access to all the information that you've asked. But I can be of some service while you are here.
Okay.
There are these two doors. To my right, your left. My left, your right. They are available to you. One is the way of scattered cards. The other is the way of the broken sword. And then he will pause, talking at you to you, Adran, and glance past you to Thía. But I am restrained from saying more, unless you are willing to give back what was stolen. The most I can tell you is that one of these ways, either of these ways, will give you the means of ridding yourself of the Revenant's soul.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds
and
like...
Thía kind of... Go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds like a task for Thía.
And Thía just kind of looks at me like, what do you mean? I didn't steal anything.
Thía?
Okay,
This man knew my name before I entered the room. If he knows that without me having to introduce myself to him, he knows things about us that we don't even know.
And there is an item that you did steal. And Thía kind of... It's hard to tell because, of all the sunburn going on, but she is kind of flushing a little bit. And then rubbing her neck, she says, okay, I did steal an item. So real quick, Adran, since the player has stepped away due to extenuating circumstances.
Gotcha.
I can roleplay Thía, or I can have you roleplay Thía. And since this does involve choices on Thea's behalf, I think that you should go ahead and take over for Thea's character while I will control Del.
Yeah, let me see if I can try bringing up her page real quick.
I can do that for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Handy being the DM sometimes.
Yes, I totally agree.
Ouch. So I'll give you a quick moment to consider. Del, in the meantime, is focusing his attention and his magical awareness on that person. And he does not, and Del will murmur to you, Adran, I don't sense any magic.
Alright. It's just taking a long time for this page to load for me.
No worries. Oh, by the way, while it's thinking about loading, do you keep your shield and sword out?
What the heck just happened?
I don't know.
Can you try loading up the page again? For some reason, it just gave me a whole blank page.
If it does that, scroll to the top and see if you see buttons for character sheet, bio and info, or attributes and abilities.
Oh no, it was on character sheet, but for some reason it just has Thía the Unseen, no stats, no armor class. It's an absolutely blank shield or blank slate.
Wrong button. Did it come up for you this time?
Did the same thing again. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, let me check something real quick.
Here, let me try bringing it up.
It should be available to you. All right, you go ahead and try. And while you're doing that, Adran, did you want to keep your sword and shield out or put them away?
I'll put my sword away, but keep my shield handy.
Okay, duly noted.
Okay, that time it worked.
Go ahead.
So.
Okay, go figure.
Yeah, still don't know why it did that to me before.
I don't know either.
All right, so I got her character sheet up and going. All right.
Excellent. So there is that magic book that she stole from that library.
Yes. I don't really remember which one that is, but whatever that one is, let's have her Almost forcefully, unwillingly. Yes, I'll give you back the book. If I have to.
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly, yes.
Okay. So Thea pulls the book out and offers it up. Is that the decision here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Like I said, I'm running into another lag on my end. And yes, I did almost say slag again. I think I'm coming back.
You might as well just continue calling it a slag because it's a slow lag.
Wow. I'd give you an inspiration point, but you already have one.
Yeah, that's
Tarzan will step forward, pardoning himself politely, and just kind of like touching you to kind of like guide you to the side while he moves past. And as he touches you, Adran, where is it? Please roll me 4 Delta 8 plus 2.
Hang on. 4 Delta 8 plus 2. And here's the roll.
Excellent, thank you. It's like a surge of sunlight and lightning shot through your entire body in an instant, and you regain 23 hit points.
Oh, wow. That was quite a shock.
Tarzan continues as though nothing at all happened, and takes the book from Thea's hands. Please roll me 4 Delta 8 plus 2. Thea regains 12 hit points, so you should both be up to full.
Cool.
Taking the book from her suddenly numb hands, and suddenly refreshed hands, he slides the book into a pocket in his robes, offers Thea a polite bow, and turns and starts heading back to where he stood. Does Thea try to take anything back from him?
Knowing that what Adran said previously, which is I think he knows a lot more than what we actually know, she's going to not take anything from him.
Seems like a wise choice, and Varin is just staring at both of you like, wait, where'd your injuries go? What happened?
Actually, I was more injured than she was.
Right? So he returns to where he was standing, turns back to face us. Thank you. Thea, all things are fated to die, but the manner in which they die might be altered. The 2 chambers you have access to here will both give you a means of altering your fate. But be warned, when you alter your fate, you alter the fate of those around you. The way of the broken sword to your right represents a deliberate effort to not just change, but to control that same change. There is a steep cost to be paid for such power. The way of the scattered cards to your left represents your willingness to let chance alter your fate. With such submission to power, you bring less cost and invite more opportunities, so long as you keep balance. You must choose between one or the other. Once you make your choice, the other door will be sealed against you. Thea, not Adran, but Thía.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make the choice. Which way do you want to go?
One decision is about balance, the other one is about a broken sword. Casting of the cards. Broken sword. Casting of the cards. I would probably say, based on Thía and her character, she would probably lean towards the cards. Although me personally, I would totally go for something that says the broken sword. God, that's a tough one.
It is meant to be a tough choice, just so you know.
Gosh,
Which way?
I really want to go the broken sword because it sounds exciting.
I can guarantee you, either option is exciting.
Okay. Let's go with the scattering of the cards.
So that's Thea's choice. Tarzan waves his hand, and the door there to our right vanishes. At the same time, the door to our left slides open.
I really, truly believe that that's something that Thía would choose.
Please proceed.
All right, so how do we proceed? Do we have Thía go in first and we just follow in, or do all three of us remain here while Thía goes in by herself?
I would say that's up to you, Adran. Thía has to go in.
Thía, do you want any of us to come with you, or any of us to stay behind?
Varin just kind of moves up to the stairway and looks down. So Thía, the player for Thía is currently out of contact.
Well, you guys have been with me so far, and you guys have never let me down, nor I have ever let you down. I say we all go.
I imagine Del gulps.
All right. Who's
okay.
in for another adventure?
Aren't we in one already? Varin mutters rather tiredly.
You want to stay here and take a rest?
I need a rest, but I'll rest when I've made sure that we're all sheltered and safe.
All right.
The stairs before us descend 40 feet, and you can go ahead and start moving yourself down. Your tokens down. Into a cool, rectangular, cobblestoned chamber. 30 feet wide, 55 feet long, and 10 feet high. The sound of water dripping echoes softly through the moist air, and the scent of wet earth fills our nostrils. The corners of the chamber hold sconces with lit but hooded torches. Left in the shadow of the 4 torches is a pentagonal pedestal. As we reach the bottom of the stairs, there is a low, echoing boom as the door shuts on its own behind us.
Well, what are you waiting for, Thía? I think you need to go up to the pedestal. Are you sure? I mean, can't like one of you guys do it? Thía, you just asked all of us to come down here and support you. Come on now. Step up onto the pedestal.
There's some heavy magic on that thing.
Who says that?
Looking at that would be Del. He's still concentrating on detect. Actually, how long does detect magic last for? Let me double check, because I think it only lasts for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. In that case, detect magic has long since worn off.
Yeah.
Probably should pay attention to that thing. It's called time. Drawing nearer to this pedestal, the first thing you see on it, laid face down in a single pile, in the very center of the pedestal, is a deck of ivory cards. Carved into the top border of the pedestal are the following words: "To leave, all who tempt fate must choose two. More invites trouble." Alright, here, speaking as a dungeon master, this, for those who don't know, is the deck of many things. I have gone through and curated it slightly. For each of us characters, there is one pre-chosen card. The second and third cards were determined randomly. For Varin, I will draw last. If two or more characters before Varin draws more than 2 cards, then on his turn, Varin will draw 3 cards.
Okay.
So who would like to pull cards first?
I'd say Thea needs to pull cards first. It's her mission. She needs to do it.
Indeed. All right. Thea, you draw your first card.
Okay. Here we go.
The full face of a pale moon glares out at you from the face of this ivory card, and you briefly feel yourself imbued with power few mortals have ever known. The ability to cast the wish spell twice has been granted you by the fates.
Whoa.
The card suddenly appears to disintegrate into a pile of fine gray ash, and when Thea looks up, the deck on the pedestal once again numbers 12 cards.
Wow. Exciting and scary at the same time.
And tingly. Varin guesses.
Yes, very tingly.
Real quick. You don't have to do this. You have 2 castings of Wish. Do you want to use one casting right now, or do you want to hold on to them for the time being?
I want to hold on to them.
Okay. Will you draw your second card?
Okay. Drawing second card now.
You flip the card over, and the lithely twisting body of a snake fills the borders of this card, culminating in the familiar profile of a hauntingly beautiful, terrifying woman with the tendrils of her hair lashing about her face, each strand the body of a snake. The curse of her gaze slams into you at full force. Thea, you have -2 to all saving throws. The card writhes like a snake through your fingers and falls into shadow as it escapes your grasp, disappearing before it strikes the floor. Instinctively, you realize that the card has rejoined the deck on the pedestal.
Oh. One good card and then one bad card. Oh. Okay.
Are you okay?
I think I just got cursed with something.
That's reassuring.
Sure hope it doesn't really do a whole lot of Sure hope it doesn't make me not do a very good job in attacking or fighting or anything right now.
How about talking?
I
Thea?
think it's just
Oh, go ahead.
me so nervous. Don't even know how to think or talk or anything.
Thea, do you want to draw a third card? This is optional.
I probably shouldn't. So Thea's not going to be drawing a third card.
Noted. Who wants to draw next, Adran or Dell?
I'll give it a shot, says Adran.
Step up to the pedestal, Baird says nervously. Do you draw your first card, sir?
Yeah. Willingly.
Adran, as you draw this card and see the huge key depicted on its face, you feel the hilt of Sanguine nonetheless detach from your side and hover in the air before you. Golden light bathes the hilt for the span of 30 heartbeats. Then it slides back into its place on your side. Adran, Sanguine nonetheless no longer requires a spell slot to activate the blade.
No way.
But you can only choose between fire, force, or lightning blades. You can change the blade type as a bonus action on your turn, or when the blade extinguishes after the normal amount of time. And you can activate it as a bonus action when you draw it, or automatically when you summon it with your weapon bond. So if you use your weapon bond to summon Sanguine nonetheless, it automatically activates.
Ooh, nice.
It still retains its ability to heal you once per day.
Right.
But it has gained a new property.
That is cool.
If the sword is on your person, you don't have to be holding it, you just have to have it on you. You can call on its luck, with no action required, to re-roll one attack roll, one ability check, or one saving throw that you happen to dislike. You must use the second roll, and this property cannot be used again until the next dawn. And I am sharing to you right now your enhanced Sanguine nonetheless. So that should now be available to you, sir.
Yeah.
In the journal.
I am copying this and putting it in my pages.
Noted. As you realize that this has just happened, you also realize that the card has vanished. The deck on the pedestal once again numbers 12. Would you like to draw your second card, sir?
If I must.
You must.
And so I must.
And so you do. This second card depicts a hooded figure with its back turned to you. It flashes once with a grim tone of finality and vanishes from your hand, reappearing in the deck on the pedestal before you. And you have no idea what just happened.
I still have no idea what just happened.
Adran, do you wish to draw a third card?
Not really. Dell?
It is up to you.
You want to go?
I imagine Dell just gulps. Very well.
Yeah, no, that second card was a little kind of creepy and very, very confusing, but more on the creepy side. Your turn, buddy.
Dell will step up and, fingers trembling, draw the first card. This ivory card's face shows Dell a brilliantly white and silver star that pulses along its sharply drawn rays. He feels his body improve suddenly as the light pulses, and then it slips from his hand, twisting and twirling its way back into the deck. Dell can increase one of his ability scores by 2. This can enable him for that ability score to exceed 20, but not 24. I'm going to have him increase his wisdom score since that's his spellcasting ability. Whoa, that was weird, he murmurs. Oh, I have to draw 2 cards, right?
Yes, you have to.
Okay. He draws the second card. I just opened the wrong one. Here we go. He nervously draws the second card and beholds its face. A gloriously radiant sun with a rendition of a stern, noble face on it. The experience, the knowledge, and wisdom of ancients flows into Del. Del is granted an additional 50,000 experience points. Plus his current of 154,076. Heck.
I don't know about you.
So he levels up. Sorry, what?
Sorry. I was going to say, I don't know about you guys, but he looks a little radiant there.
He does indeed. He does not get to do anything with that yet, but he does level up as a result of that experience boost. And about Del's neck appears a circular, disc-shaped amulet with a hole bored through its center. About the circumference are several arcane symbols etched into the surface of the disc. In a gentle, sunny sigh, the card slips from Del's fingers and returns to the deck. Noted for Thía. Alright, so Del now has this, and I need to quickly change one thing about it. Adran, I need you to make a choice for me. Does Del draw a second card?
Can I roll a dice to determine whether or not he does?
Sure, treat it like flipping a coin.
Okay, I'm going to roll a d6. If it rolls odd, it's a yes. If he rolls even, it's a no.
Even, no. Odd, yes. Roll it. Odd was yes, right?
Odd was yes.
Del draws a third card. Perhaps a little daringly, Del flips over the third card, the ivory card revealing an utterly black face. With a crack of ruinous thunder, the world seems to reel and rock about Del as he feels his soul yanked viciously from his body. Adran, Thía, and Varin, we watch as Del goes suddenly stiff, then drops to the floor completely insensate and unresponsive, his eyes shut, but his body breathing. No attempts to waken him succeed. There is no sign of the third and final card he drew, but the deck on the pedestal once more numbers 12.
What do we do? Del's just unconscious.
Don't ask me, I don't know what to do. What just happened?
I don't know. He drew a card, went stiff, and then fell down.
Varin looks at the cards rather askance. Like, do I have to?
I want to use my first wish, says Thía.
Okay, what does Thía want to do with that first wish?
I want Del to be revived. I want him to come back to consciousness.
Thía, you attempt to cast the wish spell this way. It doesn't work. You don't spend the wish spell. But let me rephrase this. You cannot use wish to restore Del's soul and Del's body to each other. You can use wish to reveal the location of the object which currently houses Del's soul.
Yes.
He is alive, but his body and soul have been separated.
I wish to know where his soul is residing.
The knowledge slams into your head as reality suddenly warps and bends, and the name is not pronounceable because you don't know the language, but you do know that you know the location of the object which houses his soul. You also know that the item that's hanging about Dell's neck is a way to gain access, if we so dare.
Oh, gosh.
It would require attunement, however.
Yeah, it would.
So Dell's alive, but unconscious and unresponsive.
Unresponsive.
So let's put this on him. Do note that means we don't have a healer.
We don't. Oh, gosh.
Oh dear, says Varin.
Well, Varin, maybe you could draw a card or something and get like a wish or something. Hopefully.
Right, because I'm so lucky when it comes to this.
Oh, come on.
And Adran, do you stand near to see what Varin draws?
No, I just stay over where I'm at.
Okay. I will still go ahead and read this. Varin draws, and turning this ivory card over on the pedestal, casts the heat and light of a fiery furnace into the face into Varin's face, and all those standing near can hear the crackle of a furiously raging forest fire. Varin's back bows as he feels the sudden, though brief, attention of a horrible entity which has fallen upon him. The card flares into fire, singeing his fingers, and its ash recombines into an ivory card in the deck.
Whoa, what was that?
Ouch. Not good.
Not good? What do you mean not good?
I'm not sure, but I think I've got something's attention.
Something's attention? What, did you get cursed?
I don't think so.
Let's hope you draw a good card on this second one.
Okay. Varin reaches forward and draws his second card. Turning it over, this ivory card shows on its face a ruined throne, crumbled and cracked, standing on a stone dais. The card crumbles apart, forming a stream of dust which flows into Varin's mouth. The deck on the pedestal is 12 once more. Varin gains proficiency in the persuasion skill, and his proficiency bonus on persuasion checks is doubled.
Whoa.
Persuasion. Varin just kind of, what just happened?
Beats me. Now,
okay.
Don't you have to draw a third card because Dell drew a third card?
No, I said only if 2 or more.
Ah.
Dell's only 1.
Okay.
Let's see here, because this is being silly. I need to check my proficiency bonus real quick. Varin's proficiency bonus is 6. Which, by the way, that means that we're maxed out on, I believe we're maxed out on our proficiency bonus.
Okay.
At this final drawing, the door at the top of the staircase opens once more.
Oh.
I think I did that right. All right. And we are now allowed to leave.
Okay.
As soon as I get this door open. Varin will scoop Dell up, legging him tiredly up the stairs.
I gotta move my screen. There we go.
So do I. Oh dear. The soft voice of our strange guide, Tarzven, says as soon as he sees Del. The young are ever daring.
Yeah, he drew a card.
So I see. Coincidentally, Adrian, as this is passing between the two of you, you happen to glance back. There's no door there. Just smooth wall.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me.
Varin's like, huh? What? Oh, okay. I know something of what passes between you four. Del is, for the moment, alive, but in grave danger. I recognize the amulet about his neck. You can use it to travel between the planes of reality.
But most likely at a cost.
No. Sort of. If you are not strong in your will, then whoever is using it can be sent to a random plane. Or, if they're lucky, a random location on the desired plane. It is an item used carefully.
And I guess we gotta be careful if we plan on using it.
As far as I know, it is the only way for you to reach Del's separated soul. But that is not the only problem facing your young healer friend. He has been touched by a shadow of a vastly powerful, willful creature. It will seek to escape his body. The longer you wait, the more deadly it becomes, and the more likely it will break free once more. I know you are all tired and worn from your travels. If you wait long, let me think for a second. If you wait 16 hours, the soul of the Revenant will return in a new body and hunt you once again.
I think it's about time I just make my final wish.
And that would be?
I wish for this revenant curse upon me to disperse.
Thea, as you cast your final use of wish, you sense a link being severed, a howl of fury and rage, impotent, and fear. Tarzven winces. I know of the being to which that hobgoblin offered his soul. It is an unpleasant end for such a life.
Finally you can be rid of that thing once and for all, Thea.
The Revenant is destroyed, its soul banished beyond the outer gates, and to its master to whom it offered its existence. That's going to be unfortunate.
Hate to be in around that conversation.
Especially since it failed, Varin says wearily. And Tarzan, looking at the four of us, when you step beyond the doors and leave this place, you will be once more on the desert sands from which you left.
Oh.
May Seba watch over you in your journeys.
I thank you for your gratitude. And we thank you for
hospitality.
And hospitality.
Varin says. Continue, sir.
We thank you for what you've done for us and given us hope. Even if it seems like hope is lost. Thanks for giving us a final push.
I have only done as my duties allow, but you are welcome. Travel safely, Adran, Thía, Del, and Varin. And he smiles slightly. Good hunting.
Well,
do we step out the doors?
I say, yeah, we step out the doors.
Varin continuing to drag Del's slumbering body along. As we step out the doors, Adran, do you give like a quick glance back before as the doors shut?
I do.
For a brief moment, very, very brief, there was not a human man within, but a glowing figure with a wide, pure white wingspan. And then we are no longer standing in that city. We find ourselves out on the sands in the midst of a howling, whirling storm. There is no sign of the hut nor the columns. But Crutches and the two mules look at us rather askance, kind of like, where'd you guys come from? Okay, I'm confused. Varin says.
So, should we just make camp here for the night?
I don't know what else to do.
Well, I know you definitely need to rest, Varin, especially with a couple levels of exhaustion you have.
Okay.
And the fact that you had to drag Del all the way through.
Yeah, thanks for that. Real handy, real helpful. Varin's just kind of muttering and complaining. He will cast non-detection, so that will take 1 pinch of diamond dust. And then non-detection cast. And we can take a long rest.
Cool.
So basically, oh, I kind of left my character sheet up. There we go. So this is the area of non-detection. Oops. Back. There we go. So Crutches can regain all of his hit points. You can recover all of your spell slots and all such other relevant abilities. Unfortunately, because it's a long rest, our temporary hit points go away, and Del's no longer present to restore them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, big problem. Okay, and there we go. Oh, and I now have my 5th level spell slot.
Oh,
and
nice.
my 5th level spell. Do also recall that any, for example, if you've used any of your special quiver arrows, that gets restocked. Back up to full. And we need to either consume rations or eat from the bone cart. What would you prefer?
Let's eat from the bone cart.
Okay. We have to feed the mules as well.
Right.
Now. Let me check here. I believe it's 1 pound of food for each of us, which leaves us 1 pound of food left in the bone cart. And we also have to drink water, of course.
Yep.
It's been a fairly mild day, so it's not super hot. So 1 gallon each.
Dell was the one that would also help fill up the water and all that. Oh man, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to really rely on survivable skills because we no longer have our healer to help.
Yeah.
Who would want to attune to the amulet since Dell's not capable of it? As a side note, either Thía or Adran can, I believe.
Yeah, I'll hold on to the amulet.
Real quick, how many attunement slots do you have left? Okay, you have 1 attunement slot left to you, sir. So you can attune to it. You currently also have only 3 hit dice. You can, let's see, half of 17. You can recover 8 hit dice, so 8 plus 3.
Okay. Oh, wait, I'm on Thea's character sheet. Weird.
Womp womp. Varin is down to 1 level of exhaustion now. Okay, there, the hit points came back. Yay! Alright. We still have a hunt that we're in the middle of, if you may recall.
Yeah, still going after runs like water.
Indeed. Although we no longer have to worry about a revenant popping up every 24 hours.
Yay. And how long ago was that when we first got it? Then again, I don't even
know. Goodness. I don't know. I really don't. Alrighty. Adran, I need you to give me an Arcana check. Let's see if you can pick up the trail for runs like water.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use my inspiration point and roll with advantage.
Okay, please give me an Arcana check at advantage. It almost escapes you, and then you sense a tremor of energy to the north.
Looks like we're traveling north.
Now, to be fair, you're only guessing that it's north. Which way is you're actually pointing? You're not entirely sure. How do you want our marching orders to be, sir?
Oh. Well, Dell has to remain in the bone cart since there's no other way of carrying him.
Correct.
Thea, you're going to be remaining... Actually, you know what, Thea? You're going to be walking since Varin has a level of exhaustion. Varin, you take the bone cart.
But I can't look for food if I'm up there. Which isn't true. I can't actually look for food. It's just activity.
You can or you can't?
I can. Varin's just complaining that he doesn't want to be laid up.
All right, Varin. Why don't you go ahead and forage for food out front? And then Thea, you ride in the bone cart with Dell.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, I'll take up the rear with crutches on scouting.
Okay. I'm having a weird effect going on in my character sheet. That's weird. All right. So Varin in the front, Del and Thea in the bone cart. Varin's going to be alert to danger while foraging. What do you want Thea doing, sir?
What can she do right now?
Where we are, she cannot forage and she cannot navigate. Oh, sorry, she cannot navigate or draw maps, and there's nothing to track currently. But she can forage herself or be alert to danger.
Have her be alert to danger.
Okay. Del is unconscious and separated. What are your chosen activities, sir?
I want to try and help out forage for food or forage for, I don't know, Silvataf or anything like that. Even though horrible.
Okay. All right, so Varin's going to forage for food, strictly. Food and water.
Food and water.
And Varin does have disadvantage, thanks to having one level of exhaustion. There we go. Sheesh. So first hour of travel, heading to the north. Survival, disadvantage, go. Yes.
That's a good roll for advantage. For disadvantage.
For disadvantage. Varin finds, yes, food. Varin would have found some rare plants that can provide some water, kind of like cacti.
Ooh, nice.
If I can find the right table, there it is. Not that one. Where is it? Here we go. And he's going to do a survival check to see how much water he can gather. Which with his, okay, that's a success. And that's going to be 1d6 plus wisdom modifier times 2 for him. So this will be gallons of water. Varin is able to gather 12 gallons of water.
Wow. Good job, Varin.
And that's with me. Ah, shiny.
Oh, shiny.
What was I saying? So we are now currently...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You gathered a lot of water. Thank you very much, even though you're exhausted.
Oh, right. I did that. So that's 12 and 10. 22 gallons of water. Basically, the barrels that we have on the bone cart are pretty much full. Okay, so I accidentally rolled twice on my gathering for water. Oops. Alright, so looking for food to replenish our vastly dwindled supplies. Okay, that's a success.
I'd say so.
And to find pounds worth of food. Okay, yes, that's a success.
Are you sure you're exhausted? You seem to be doing really well for being one level of exhaustion.
Huh? What? Oh, look, food! Varin gathers 10 pounds worth of food, so we now have 11 pounds in the bone cart.
Oh, nice.
In addition to the rations that we're currently carrying. Adran, what would you like to try and find, sir? Bear in mind that this is the desert and therefore difficult to find food. Unless you're Varin, apparently.
Yeah, I think he smoked me, even though I'm not at a level of exhaustion.
Alright, give me a foraging check at normal. So, survival check, excuse me.
Here we go.
A 14 is not a success.
Oh.
However, I need to pull something up.
That was pretty high, knowing that I am just not proficient in it.
That pretty high for you, yes. unfortunately just don't find anything.
Yeah.
However, as we come up over a dune, we've been traveling for about an hour and a half by now, having left the sandstorm surrounding where we found the Warness Temple behind, when we come upon a scene of murder. 8 orcs lie dead in a gully between sand dunes.
Okay.
Half buried. Sorry?
I thought you were going to say there was at least 3 ravens sitting nearby, but yeah.
Oh, no. Nice. Take an inspiration point.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. 8 orcs lie dead in the gully between sand dunes, half buried in the swirls and whorls of sand. Their bodies are scored, deformed, and ripped open, gnawed upon, and 3 of their heads are broken open.
Yes, Crutches, if you would like to investigate the inside of the skull with your tongue, please do so before it goes bad.
Spiders have tongues? Huh?
Mandibles, or whatever.
Adran, your passive intelligence score is a 20. With that, you're able to discern, simply by looking at this scene, the first 3 orcs to die were brought down by hurled rocks, their bones crushed by the strikes. These rocks are about the size of our own heads.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing this, Varin with disadvantage because he's exhausted, plus advantage because of his favorite enemies. So his passive survival skill is his passive survival skill is 26 currently.
Okay.
So Varin...
What did you say my passive perception was?
Your passive investigation, sorry. So your ability to discern clues just by glancing at things without rolling is basically 20.
Okay.
It's the same kind of calculation as the passive perception score. It's just not on your character sheet.
Gotcha.
Varin, though exhausted, scans the area. Beasts hurled these stones. They were attacked by animals. And they're unusual. Varin looks up at you in confusion. I think these animals have either 3 or 6 legs. And furthermore, I mentioned the 3 that were brought down by rocks. 2 of the other orcs, not the first 3 to die, were slain by what seems to have been serrated, unevenly edged blades. Those 2 orcs, Adran, as you examine the scene, they were killed by beasts. The cuts are too savage and random, not really targeting vital areas. But these 2 orcs were the last to die. Please give me an investigation check.
All right.
You know that the 3 orcs with their heads broken open, you know they died before the last 2, the ones killed by blades.
Mm-hmm.
But how they died, you're not sure. Varin will point to the ground, and then his finger will trace upwards to more or less in the direction we were going. It kind of meanders. I can follow their scent. They went that way. What do you want to do? The beast trail that Varin has detected does go more or less in the same general direction as the arcane tremors you've detected.
Yeah. Thea, where exactly is Del's soul? In what direction?
Not on this plane of existence, is her slow answer.
Great. Hey, Varin, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Not exactly sure what's going on with this whole murder scene here. But knowing that we also have Del's soul, that is... I would say it's more imperative to find Del's soul than it is to figure out what happened over here. But where do you think we should go?
Let me do this. The longer we delay, the more likely we are to lose the trail of runs like water and find out whatever it was he did to the Chrysovians. If we delay and sidetrack, then we might lose his trail. I think, right? I'm not entirely sure what you're following for finding him. Doesn't make much sense to me.
I'm just trying to figure out how much time we have before Del's soul is completely lost.
Well, Tarzan said that he's alive.
And there is a way to use the amulet to get to his location, but only if the person is strong-willed.
And doesn't mess up using it.
I don't think any of us is ready to take such a risk right now. I feel like it's probably best to just keep trailing runs with water.
Okay.
And find him first.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. Just make sure you're in agreement with that.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Let's go find this guy.
Well, you're the one who knows any idea of where he is, so take the lead.
All right. Let's get moving in the direction where these beasts went.
Following the trail another hour and a half, so we've traveled only about 6 miles this day so far. We begin to climb up the slopes of a stony... It's almost a mountain, not quite a hill. Much of the surface here is masked by the whispering drifts of sand. Coming to the crest of the ridge, we look down into a deformed crater. The western, perhaps, side of it, blown out into a wide, scattered field of shattered stones, some the size of palms, others the size of some giants we fought. The wind sighs about the ridgeline, carrying the gritty sand into our faces, eyes, and ears, even as it whistles and echoes through the stone field and crater below. There is a stench of sun-scorched stones and sulfur filling the air. And Varin, at normal, because advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out, he will sniff at the air. Oops, ignore the second roll. Okay, 21. Huh. I smell those things, the weird beasts that killed the orcs. I smell them. They went down into there, pointing down into the crater. 3 hours ago.
Well, let's just keep going in that direction.
Varin will slip into the lead, following the scent trail, and eventually leads us to a boulder, a very large boulder. But upon examining it, we find that there's a carved out niche in one side, which when pressed to one side, swings open, revealing a tunnel into the earth. Del is unconscious. Do we bring his unconscious body with us, or do we leave it in the bone cart and try to hide it?
Let's leave it in the bone cart, try and hide it.
Okay. Adran, I will have you give me... Let's do a nature check for you, a survival check for Thía, and a survival check for Varin. Varin gets a 34 with disadvantage. Why are you rolling it?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be Thea's character sheet. Okay, ignore that one.
Okay. Yeah. So, survival check at normal for Thía. And that's a 14 for Adran.
Wait, what?
Did you roll? I said a survival check at normal for Thía, and a nature check at normal for Adran.
Oh, that was a horrible nature check. Come on. And that's Thea's.
Which should have been at normal. What happened?
Was
there?
it normal?
I can't tell which one.
What?
Okay. I don't know what's going on with Thea's character sheet.
Yeah, no, it's clicked on normal.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay then. Alright, so we managed to mask Del's presence amongst the field of stones. He and the bone cart and the mules are hidden. Crutches, I assume, is going to be hidden with them, yes?
Yes. He kind of like buries himself a little bit in the sand, but kind of acts a little bit like a rock.
Noted. So that means only Thía and Adran and Varin are proceeding into the tunnels below, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Getting us there in one moment. Who goes in first?
I'll go in first.
Okay.
And
what is your current equipment? Sorry?
I mean, Adran goes in first.
Okay, and what is your current equipment loadout, sir?
Actually,
I assume shield on one arm.
I'm going to be going out with Sanguine nonetheless.
Okay.
And shield.
That makes sense. And what blade type do you want? Sanguine or are you activating Sanguine nonetheless, or no?
I'll activate when trouble arises.
Okay, then I am going to adjust your character sheet 1 second here.
All right.
Take lightning off. Since I don't know what damage type you're going to choose yet. Alright. Put you here. And who do you want to come after you?
Let's have Thía come after me, and then Varin come up the rear.
Okay. And since we're going underground, Varin's not going to have his expertise mechanic in perception or in survival. Eventually it'll fix. There we go. Okay. We descend some 20 feet from the roof of this tunnel to the floor. The walls of this stony tunnel are uncommonly smooth and look as though they were formed while they were liquid. There's lots of swirling motion to them as though captured into stillness in the very act of flowing. The air here is close and thick, with the scent of sweaty animals mixed with sulfur. Every sound seems louder than normal here, amplified by the smooth stone walls, floor, and ceiling. Mechanically, all creatures here in this tunnel have advantage on hearing checks, perception checks made to hear. And all stealth checks are made at disadvantage. Okay, why? There we go. Does that make sense?
Actually, you kind of like cut out a little bit, so I couldn't really hear all of it.
Oh. Okay, Thea's having an issue. So every sound here, it seems louder than normal. So due to the acoustic nature of this cave, all stealth checks are made at disadvantage.
Ah, disadvantage.
All creatures have advantage on perception checks made to hear or listen. And because of the close air and stink of it, any attempt to dash must first pass a Constitution saving throw. The hole leads down. Go ahead.
Is that mostly because of the sound, or is it mostly because of the fact that we can't see underground?
No, the ability to dash is because of the thickness of the air and the stink of sulfur. So basically, It's hard to breathe. The hole leads down into a large tunnel filled with thick stalagmites and webs. The air is close and still, stinks of rotten eggs and hot earthy stone and sweaty animal stench. The ceiling is just visible at a height of 20 feet above us, and somewhere we can hear stones clicking and clacking. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Inspiration point if you don't have one.
I have been saving that. Did it take? It did not. There we go. All right. Adran, how do you want to go about this?
I'm almost thinking about choosing fire for my sword, so then that way it's lit.
A solid choice. Is that what you want to do?
Say what?
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's do that for now.
All right. So I'll bring up your character sheet. Does Thea want to hide at all?
Yes, I want her to stealth.
Okay, she will have to get away from you because you're turning on a fire blade, which means you're going to be glowing like a torch.
Oh, yeah. No, let's not have her do that.
Okay. Oops, wrong button. And remember that all stealth checks are made at disadvantage.
Right.
And that button. Yay, now you're glowing. Also note that each square here represents 10 feet.
Difficult. Gotcha.
So as you ignite that blade, Varin is going to just go ahead and cast 1, 2, 3 of us. At 3rd level, Longstrider.
Oh, why thank you.
So I should be at 35 plus 10, 45 for the next hour. Don't know what you've got in the magical ability there, Adran, but might be a good idea to happen to be ready. I smell something here. And did you want to move forward, sir?
Well, let's see. How long is that for?
1 hour.
Oh, no. I was checking up protection from evil and good.
Oh, I gotcha.
I think I want to use it with ready in action.
Okay, so that means you are concentrating on the spell. You also spend the spell slot.
All right.
And I'm running into a slag on my end. There we go. All right. So what is the trigger for you to actually cast the spell?
The trigger to actually cast a spell, let's gosh.
Shall it be the first time you see danger?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it as simple.
And are you all right, so you're concentrating on that spell. It is not cast yet.
Yep.
And do we move forward?
We do.
Okay. Then take the lead, sir. And if you would not mind moving Thea's token.
Alright, so my normal speed is at 40. Since you cast Longstrider on me, do I now move at 50?
Yep, that is your base speed.
Okay.
For the next hour. And it just adjusted it on your character sheet.
Alright.
You walking that way, you find yourself confronted by thick, tall webs that stretch up towards the ceiling.
Man, Crutches would have loved this.
Let me check something real quick. Sorry, I'm checking some. I'm trying to see something real quick. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. There is a scrapping noise. And we can roll for initiative.
Okay.
Whoa! Oh, with disadvantage for Varin.
Wait, what?
So that 24 for Varin becomes
There.
10. Oh, because I'm exhausted.
Right.
Thea, can you go ahead and roll? Is that Thea or Adran's roll?
This is Thea's roll.
Okay.
Now for my roll.
What? Yes.
Nice.
All right. So just checking something else real quick. Okay. Sorry, I had to double check some things here. Thea is surprised.
Yeah.
This and this and this and this. That button. All right. Oh, I can get rid of that. Don't need that. All right, there's Varin, there's Thea. All right. Now to add some scores here.
Thea was a 16. I was a 21.
Okay, 16 for Thea, and where are you? You did not click on. That's okay. I'll fix that.
Oh, did I not
For
click?
some reason, you did not click your token. Nope.
I did.
That's okay. I got it.
Oh.
I got you in there. 21 for Adran. And there it is. Okay, sorry. Get back to what I was doing. Come on. Come on. There we go. So Thea is surprised, does not get to move, act, react, bonus action, anything until the end of her turn.
Okay.
So let's sort this. And move this over here out of the way. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
you sure? Just kidding. On that column above you, immediately next to you, sir, you happen to, and you are not surprised because you have the handy-dandy alert feed.
Yep.
You look up at the scrabbling sound, not caught unawares, and you see a most strange sight. If I can find it. Here it is. This creature is similar to the large black-furred apes that we've fought before, but a second glance shows you that this ape has 3 legs and 3 arms. Its black fur... Sorry?
I'm like, hey, 3 legs and 3 arms? Very similar to the murder scene.
Uh-oh, Varin mutters. The black fur of this creature is crisscrossed with horrific stitches and scars. It walks, pressing with its 3 arms, pressing knuckles onto the ground as it climbs its way downwards towards us. And its head, between its ordinary 2 eyes, you see a 3rd eye that seems to have been sewn shut.
Well, that's weird.
And as soon as I can get this to work here properly, we can begin our combat. This button. Hooray! Okay. First up. Oh, did I miss one? I did. Gasp! Oh no! There we go. This 3-legged, 3-armed, hideously scarred ape comes running down, or climbing rapidly down the side of the stalagmite, and is going to attack you, Adran.
Oh, goody.
Its 3rd arm scoops up a rock as it closes, hurling it from about 5 to 10 feet away from you. So as soon as I get its character sheet up, I'll roll that for you. I'm sure you're super excited for it.
Oh, very super excited.
Ouch. So first attack. Here comes the rock at you, sir. A crit. Right off the bat. And that is going to be 16 bludgeoning damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Oh.
Because you have Warcaster. Hey, I'm remembering your feats.
Let's see.
That advantage, or sorry, that saving throw. Oh, which I should remember. Yeah, no, that's never mind. My brain is going every which way, but here.
That's all right.
Anytime you're ready. Anytime you're ready, sir.
So let's see. I got. That's 10. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm down to 124 hit points. And then Constitution saving throw at advantage.
Yes, sir. Please and thank you. Yeah, you maintain concentration.
Yeah.
And as it comes sliding and scrabbling down and thumping onto the stone floor in front of you, you see that protruding from the outside edge of its arm is a serrated bone-like blade.
Oh. Good to know.
Which it swings at you.
Oh.
Eventually. Okay, ignore that 3rd roll. I get a 19 and a 28.
19 and a 28. 28's gonna hit me.
Now, here's the thing. You can either use your reaction to trigger protection from evil and good, or you can use your reaction to cast shield. You get to choose.
Let's do the cast shield.
Okay, you cast shield, blocking its bone blade. Okay. Where's this guy? It's about 20. You can see out of the darkness another shape approaching. Oops. And this creature is going to use its action to dash. Alright, Adran. It is your turn, sir. Through the webs in front of you, you can also see the creepily familiar form of a spider up there near the ceiling.
Well, I already have my sword ignited, so don't have to worry about that.
Indeed not.
I am actually going to swing at him.
The ape-like thing with 3 arms?
Yeah.
Alright, take the attack.
Alright.
Let's see what you can do.
Alright. There we go. Sanguine nonetheless. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I had it on advantage still. My bad.
You did, but either one of those would have hit. So it will take 12 points of fire damage. And it roars in pain. Watch that health bar. There you go. That was 12 points.
Oh, not bad. And I hit him again.
Go for it.
Alright.
That hits for another 12.
Nice.
And your final attack, sir.
And right it there.
All 3 attacks hit for the final 11.
That's good.
And since you return, would you like to move anywhere? Because you have mobile.
Do have mobile. No. Hang on a second. I'm slagging.
Oh no! Do not slag, sir.
Okay, let's see. Not a whole lot of places to go. Oh, you know what I should have done was save the that other.
Well, apparently it worked. I don't know how. Alright, so did you want to... Let's see. Did you want to move anywhere? Shield has ended on you.
Yes, right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Perfect. There. Don't really have any other place to move. Although I will get as close as I can to the spider web.
Okie dokie. And you trigger no attack of opportunity.
Nope.
Good for mobile. Anything else, sir? You can use your bonus. I would say if you're going to end your turn, I'll allow you to go ahead and activate protection from evil and good on yourself. But that will use your reaction.
Yes, I will actually do that.
Very well. Alright, so you are no longer holding it in preparation. You used your reaction, so you will not be able to cast shield.
Okay.
Until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Okay. Thía is surprised and gets to do nothing. However, since her turn has now ended, she does get her reaction back. Varin, seeing this all occur, is going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark. There's not really a good place to hide right now. This button. Just kind of points and beast! Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. All I did was open my character sheet on my player screen, and that went word.
Word.
Alright, so, as I said, Varin, I'm not going to open my character sheet on my player screen. Too risky, it's going to go all hiccuping again. Varin's going to point at the big ape thing and cry, "Ugly beast!" and pull out his longbow. Casting Hunter's Mark. So, let's do that button. And I'm gonna... Since I don't know how tough this thing is to hit yet... Actually, you know what? Instead of my longbow, I'm gonna pull out my sling. It's just... Then again, I did see you stab it, and it basically barely scratched. Choices. I'm gonna use my cold quiver. Icicle arrow, take a shot. But I'm not using sharpshooter, just in case. Oops, I left it on. Darn it. I left it on Sorry. I left it on disadvantage for ability checks and forgot that it will apply to my attack rolls. Go figure. Alright, so I'll go with the first result as normal, and that 15 is a miss. Varin missed a shot on a beast. So I will take my second shot, and remembering to add Colossus Slayer this time, because that's a wounded beast. Icicle arrow, go, and arrow down. 21 will hit, and that is 8 from Colossus Slayer and 2 from Hunter's Mark, plus the ice arrow, so that is a total of 17 with one shot. And Varin is going to move to here. Alright. The spider comes wriggling and squirming its way down the webs towards you, Adran. Glowing an ethereal white from its long-legged body. And it's gonna open its character sheet. That's what it's gonna do. It's simply going to try and fight you, sir. I think that misses. And then it suddenly blinks out of existence.
Well, that was weird.
If I can get buttons to work properly. There we go. And there's a heavy sounding thud from further up the cave. And then another heavy sounding thud, as of something taking long, slow, heavy steps towards us. As soon as I can get the character sheet opened. Come on. To the character sheet. There we go. Okay. Top of the round. Round 2. Thía is no longer surprised. How are you doing on time, sir? I just looked at the time. How are you doing, sir? Alright, so, in the midst of chaos, with Dill asleep somewhere outside, we're going to end it here for the night.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Thea is not able to join us, but I want to thank you so much for playing. How do you like your new and improved Sanguine nonetheless, sir?
I love it.
I thought you might.
Was totally not expecting that coming out from that thing, but yeah, that is insane.
Right. We're going to end it there, a little short, unfortunately, and unfortunately as well without our other player able to join us this evening due to unforeseen circumstances. So again, I want to thank you for playing, and hope it was more roleplay intensive than I thought, but hey, at least we got into some combat. Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thía, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. Barlgura, Cambion, Gorgon, Wraith. Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.